Let's start assembling the rubber band driven motor. To do so, we'll need to take board number 2 and parts number 22. Four parts and our rubber band set. To correctly fit rubber bands to parts number 22, press the band at the center of the part and pull it through the hole. The band will slide through. Next step. Apply the band across the previous hole at an angle like this, diagonally, and it will fit. Repeat the same action on the back side. Here's what we get. The ears like this. If the band is a bit asymmetrical, you can pull the band up to get two roughly identical rings. Then, take the next part and fit a band in the same way.
Придавливаем посерединке, и резиночка проскакивает.
Press at the center and the band slides through.
С этой стороны точно так.
Same on this side. Hold it at the center.
Держим. Вот.
Now we have one rubber band fitted to two parts number 22. This is only half of the job. Then we have to fit another band in the same way, but this time between parts number 22 rather than on top of them. Press the band in the middle and stretch it. If it slides off, don't worry, try again. Pull it on one side and then on the other. Pull and smooth out the band. We have ears on this side as well, which we fit to the opposite part. Press the band in the middle and pull it through. Now, the second part too. Here's what we have. Don't worry if the ear on one side is bigger than the other. When the engine is operating, the bands will stretch and smooth out and get into their places.
Распрямляться и станут на свои места.
This is the first part. We also need to assemble the second part, consisting of 2 rubber bands and 2 parts, number 22. Press down in the middle and pull. Same on the back side.
С обратной стороны то же самое. Одна резиночка и
Again, the band goes in between the bands that are already fitted to the washer rather than on top of them. Let's fit the next one.
и образовавшиеся петельки.
The loops we've got should be run through the opposite part, number 22.
Одеваем.
Our band has slid off a bit, but this can be easily corrected.
Легко подправить. И получаем вторую.
Now we have the second part of the rubber band motor.
Дальше нам
Then we need
понадобится
part
деталь
number
номер
25.
25.
You can also find it on board number 2. There are 2 of them, so we can extract the whole set. The first part, number 25,
Одна.
and the second part, number 25. Part
Деталь номер
25
25. Нам нужно отодвинуть резиночки и вставить в отверстие.
Move the bands aside and insert it into the hole in part number 22 that holds our bands and turn it all the way.
На эту детальку номер 25 одеваем шайбы.
Attach washers number 26, 5 pieces for one side, to part number 25.
Одеваем.
Please note that the hole is unsymmetrical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. Now, as these parts are attached, we should remove the burrs. Take the sandpaper and sand the parts.
Зачищаем. Если какие-то
In case of big burrs, you can cut them with a knife and then sand.
И зачистить. После этого
Then
смазываем
wax the parts.
воском.
We have to prepare 2 sets of this.
2 комплекта.
Move the bands aside again.
Открываем деталь.
Run the part through and attach 5 washers number 26. Sand
Очищаем. И смазываем
and wax them.
воском.
These rubber bands can be put off for a while. Then we'll need part number 27. Here are 2 of them.
Вот они. Их 2 штуки. Можем сразу достать.
We can also extract
И
washers
шайба
number
номер
28 at
28.
once.
Вот
Here they
они.
are. We have 6 pieces of them.
6 штучек. Достаем,
Carefully
аккуратно
break
наламываем
off the
перемычку.
cross piece to extract them.
Надавливаем helpом
Press the helper
вдем
against the
эту
cross piece
перемычку, и
and the
деталь
part
легко
can be
достается.
easily extracted.
Не пытайтесь выдавить деталь,
Don't try
если
to extract
видите,
parts
что
when you have to
она
apply
плохо
force.
выламывается. Всегда
You can
можно
always
взять
take the
ножик
knife
и
and notch
немножко
the cross piece
перемычку надрезать,
to avoid damaging the part. The parts should be sanded
Чистить.
one by one.
И достаем
Take out
детальки.
parts number 27. In case of big burrs like this, you can cut them off with a knife.
Их можно удалить ножом.
Because they can lock movement if you don't do it. Wax part number 27 properly on both sides.
Со всех сторон.
The
И
teeth
зубцы,
and
и
the
по
surfaces.
плоскости. И на внутренние выступы
Put
одеваем
washers number 28
шайбы номер
on the inner
28.
cogs.
Вот так должно.
That's what we should get. Then
Берем
we take the engine,
располагаем
place it so that its long axle is positioned towards you. Again,
с внутренней стороны хорошенько
thoroughly
еще раз
wax the inside of the hole.
отверстие и можно дополнительно зачистить их.
You can also give it some additional sanding to get rid of all burrs and ensure smooth operation.
Вставляем.
Insert the parts with the rubber bands fitted to them.
Дальше сверху одеваем шестеренку.
Attach the gear from the
подшипник.
top. This our bearing.
И
And fix it with
фиксируем
part
деталькой
number
номер
24.
24.
We need to
Достать.
extract it. Here it is.
Вот она.
Don't forget to sand and wax its teeth.
Смазать ее со всех сторон и
And
зубцы, и по
surfaces.
плоскости. Дальше нам потребуется
Then we'll need part number 23. We need to extract it now.
И две коротенькие зубочистки, обрезанные по второму.
And 2 short toothpicks cut at the helper mark number 2. To do this, cut the toothpick in two, apply it to the helper, and cut off the extra lengths.
Придерживая руками с обратной стороны.
Attach part number 24, holding the rubber band part at the rear side with your hands. Please, note the fitting method. The toothpick holes should be positioned on the surface of the part like this.
Вот так.
Part number 23 goes on top. Wax it too. And match the toothpick holes of parts number 24 and number 23. Here's what we got. Then we fix this assembly with a toothpick on one side and on the other.
Можно немножко подточить зубочисточку.
You can sharpen the toothpick a bit and wax it a bit to easily insert it.
И чуть-чуть смазать.
Push the toothpick all the way.
До упора.
Do the same with the second part. You can give it some sanding and waxing.
Смазать.
You can use the pliers.
Использовать плоскогубцы.
They make the work easier.
Проталкиваем.
Push the toothpick all the way down. Then we have to use a toothpick to fix it here.
Зубочисткой здесь.
You can cut a new toothpick using the helper or take the remaining part of the ready-to-use toothpick.
Готовый остался половина зубочистки.
Push it all the way down and cut off the extra lengths. Then, take part number 29. Run it through the opposite part. Slide the bands apart and run it through.
Продеваем ее.
Now, we need parts number 26 and number 30. Here's part number 30. And part number 26 was left.
Оставалось.
Wax
Зачищаем. И
and
смазываем.
sand. It can be put it on the pin right away.
Шип. И теперь нам нужно протолкнуть ее в отверстие. Натягивая.
Now we have to slide the bands apart and push the part into the hole and then fix it with gear number 30.
Смазываем.
Remember to wax it. Which in turn will be fixed with a toothpick.
Зубочистку можно приготовить заранее. По
You can prepare a toothpick in advance by cutting it at hook mark number 2, or you can insert the pointed end and cut off the extra lengths, which is a bit quicker and easier.
проще.
One part of our rubber band motor is already assembled. Now, we assemble the second part in the same way.
Частью. Сначала
First,
продеваем
we put one on the bearing Take part number 24, wax it all around. Part number 23 should be waxed too. Let's prepare all the toothpicks. To ensure easy insert of a toothpick, you can take the edge of a toothpick, but the pointed tip should be cut off. Then it can be inserted easier. The toothpicks are ready. Attach part number 24. Please note that the toothpick holes should be positioned along the plane like this. Match it with the part number 23 on top.
23-й деталькой и вот наши заготовленные зубочистки легко.
Now our prepared toothpicks can be easily inserted into these holes. They require some additional pressure. And then we use a toothpick to fix the part at the edge like this.
Таким образом.
Take part number 29, spread the bands,
Расправляем резиночки, ставим ее.
insert the toothpick trying to avoid interference and push it through.
И проталкиваем. На нее сверху одеваем 20.
Attach washer number 26 on top of it after having it sanded and waxed.
И смазать.
To fix all this, we need gear number 30
И кусочек
and a piece of the
зубочистки,
toothpick.
чтобы это все зафиксировать.
Remove burrs and wax the gear.
И смазать.
Help yourself.
Себе.
Pull the bands
Одеваем резиночки и сверху одеваем шестеренку и фиксируем.
Attach the gear and fix it with a toothpick.
Все.
That's it. Our engine is done. To test the operability of the engine, you can install gear number 17 right away. This is shown on page 14 of the instruction. Let's do it now to check if our engine is working.
Что мотор, наш двигатель работает.
Extract the gear. This place is already waxed. Wax the gear.
И
and install in the place. Match the teeth with this little gear.
И теперь
We can now see that both the pistons and valves are working.